Hey YouTube, it's Rebecca coming at you from the Scott and Rebecca Show, and I am coming at you straight out of the shower, super au naturel, because today I'm going to test out the new Dyson Airwrap styler. I've honestly been coveting this for a year since it came out, finally ordered one, and I decided I'm going to test it out for you guys. I've watched a ton of YouTube videos on it, and I do find that, it's so much easier to watch people use a product than to actually test it out. But I am by no means a professional hairdresser. Honestly, I'm like super low maintenance. So even to have something like this is just incredible. But if you are like me, then yeah, you'll see what it's like to actually use this thing. So I'm sure you've seen 100 videos about it, but the Airwrap styler looks like this, and then it comes with a bunch of different attachments that you can attach right on top. The idea behind it is that basically you can get a bunch of different looks, and it's kind of an all-in-one. So you can curl your hair, you can use a round brush if you want to get that perfect blowout, and you can also straighten your hair with some of the firm and soft smoothing brushes. There are 3 different sets. So you can get one that's designed for more thin hair like myself, you can get one that's designed for more curly hair, or you can get the complete. Honestly, there isn't a huge difference in price, so I opted to go for the complete just to get all the different styling brushes and then kind of to decide what works best. The smooth and control one is designed for more thick hair, and then the volume and shape is designed for more thin hair like mine. So me personally, I have a lot of super fine hair, and honestly I find it can dry pretty quickly and I can kind of style it pretty easily. But I did hear that the Dyson, it's kind of like a little bit of a Goldilocks scenario, because you do need to make sure that your hair is not too wet but not too dry. So jumped out of the shower, no makeup, came straight here to show you guys what this is all about. So let's get going. So to start, they do recommend that you use the pre-styling dryer. It's not as powerful as the supersonic dryer, which I didn't realize at first. I actually watched a bunch of YouTube videos and I was trying to determine if I should get the supersonic or if I should get this. And that was something that I didn't find was totally clear. But if you're like me, if you have kind of light, fine hair, or if it doesn't take too long to dry your hair, I think you'll be totally fine with it. So what you do is there is a little button on the back if you need to lock it or if you need to unlock it, but it's super simple. You just take it and you just put it right on top. And then you have your attachments, or sorry, you have your controls here, so you can determine, how loud you want it, how hot you want it, how cool you want it. The big thing about the Dyson though is that it uses air. It doesn't use heat. So I honestly just crank it all the way up because I know that it's not going to damage my hair. I also decided I was going to splurge and I was going to get the Supersonic Styling Set Kit. No, the Supersonic Styling Set, which is the super cool comb and also the matching paddle brush. You know me, I'm super OCD, so I'm super excited to have all of these things matching. So yeah, what I did honestly was I just washed my hair. I used shampoo and conditioner. I used Kerastase. I didn't put in any heat protectant because given that it's air, I didn't think I needed it. If I do need it, let me know. I just combed my hair just to get any of the tangles out, and then I used this. I think that I'm probably going to use the styling set more, if I'm trying to do something or if it's like day 2 or whatever. I did find this comb, I did like it, but these are super flexible. And I found that it totally brushed out my hair, but I feel like if I had a lot of tangles, it may be a little bit hard just because where I have thinner hair and the spacing between them is a bit wider than a normal comb. But yeah, you know me, I love it. Okay, so let's get going. So yeah, I haven't used this, so bear with me. Kind of have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, all these are up. Woo. Okay. So I'll try to speak loudly just because I know that it's a bit loud. But the idea behind this is basically you just want to remove any of the super wet hair. I'm just kind of going all over I'm not going to do it for too long just because, as I said, you need to make sure that your hair isn't too wet but isn't too dry. And where I have pretty thin hair, I just want to make sure that I can get through all the attachments without my hair drying. Otherwise, I'm going to have to wet it and start over. So yeah, so what I did there, I just took it off. You just go, woo, magic. All right. So yeah, honestly, I think that if you are anything like me, if you're like rushing to get out of the house to get to work, you don't have a special event or whatever, honestly, you could probably get away with just using this if you did just want to dry your hair and then kind of just like get out there. The supersonic hair dryer, it does have different attachments that you can put on it, so you can totally get that like super sleek look. But for me, honestly, I could probably even just get away with this on the daily. So these are the two smoothing brushes. So this one here, this is the soft one. It's designed more for thinner hair. And this one is the firm one, and it is designed for more curly hair. I do have thin hair, but it is also curly, and I do like it to be super straight. So I probably will end up using this one more. That's also the biggest difference between the two other kits. If you don't get the complete set, one of them has this one. That is the smooth and shape, I think. And the control. Smooth and control. No, that's what it is. Sorry. Okay. Volume and shape is designed more for thin hair, and the smooth and control is designed more for thicker, curlier hair. And so the firm brush is going to be in the smooth and control, and the soft one is going to be in the volume and shape one. Sorry. Super confusing. Just go onto Dyson's site and it will totally tell you which one to get. So I did watch a YouTube video. One thing they did recommend is that if you're trying to get that ideal blowout, you can use one of the brushes and you can kind of like lift your roots just to give it a bit more volume. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So I am going to go in with the firm one, and we're going to see how that works. So again, ta-da, just like magic. This one is kind of large. That's the only thing I will say. The body itself is quite large, but I do find when you add something on top, it just gets a little bit long. You know, most other devices that you probably use, they probably go to about this height. So this one, it's kind of like a couple extra inches. I also kind of feel like this looks like a vacuum cleaner, so I kind of laughed when I saw this, but let's see how it goes. Okay. So see here how I have these kind of like curls, these kind of like unruly curls? I think the idea is to kind of smooth those bad boys out. And you can actually see like right there, like that did do something. Let's test it out. Yeah, like with this here. See how this is a bit like curly? Let's see what happens. Yeah, look at that. It totally smoothed that out. See? Okay, that's cool. Cool, cool, cool. I could totally keep going, but as I said, my hair dries kind of quick. So. After all the countless videos that I watched on this also, I've learned that you want to create tension whenever you're doing anything with your hair. So you kind of want to be like pulling it a little bit. I already noticed like my hair is far more voluminous than it normally is after using this. So I'm obsessed. So they do also have this round brush. I think that I will probably use this a lot on the daily, just because you can kind of curl it and give it some volume, but you can also create that like great little curl at the bottom. Today I'm not going to show this one because I do want to get right into the barrels. These are the ones that you probably saw online, and when you saw these, you were probably like, oh my god, this thing is magic. So there are two different sizes. There's a 40 and there's a 30. I am going to use the 30 today just because I did hear that if you use the 30 on finer hair that it does work a little bit better. The curls kind of last a little bit longer. But I will show both of them to you. So this one here, this is the 30, and this one here, this is the 40. This is the first time that I picked these up, and honestly, I'm shocked. These are way lighter than I anticipated. I was kind of thinking that they were going to almost have the volume of like a curling iron or a wand or something like that. You know how it's like super weighted, but these are like super, super, super light. Like literally, I don't know, a banana's heavier. So they do, so this is also important to note. So if you are looking at this, you may be like, there's a 40 and there's a 30, but why are there 4 barrels? The reason is because it's air, so you actually need to make sure that you're using the right one. Because whenever you're curling your hair, if you're trying to curl it away, you need to use the right barrel so that it pulls the air. It's also important to note because some people think that it kind of like sucks in the hair and they're kind of like, oh my God, what if your hair gets caught? It doesn't, because it's all air and it's coming out. So it's going to spin your hair and kind of pull it in. So for amateurs like me, hopefully it's going to make me look like I'm a total pro, but who knows? Okay, so I need to think about this for a hot sec. So if I'm trying to do this side and I want it to go that way, I need to use this one. Okay, got it. Some people also, they also feel like it takes just a little bit longer because you need to kind of switch all the attachment heads. But my thinking is, honestly, I used to use like a dryer, then a straightener, or like a dryer and then a wand. And like, you have to switch your appliances anyway. Sometimes you even need to wait for them to heat up and stuff like that. So really, the like 2 seconds that took, not a big deal. Okay, so I feel like this is almost like, when you like think about walking downstairs, how you like get confused, like that's kind of what I feel this is. Because like with a wand, I have a tendency to actually do it upside down and do it this way. But all the videos, I've seen it this way. So I think I'll do it this way, but then I may do it upside down and just kind of see. But again, I kind of need to find my groove. So this may be a total disaster. Bear with me. All right, let's see what we can do. I'm just going to tackle like a super small area. Maybe this bad boy, this guy. This is the perfect time for the detangling. And then I can kind of just like pull it back. Just use this. See what happens. Okay. So not a ton of hair, just a little bit. Let's see. And then I hold it behind, and yeah, the arrows, they do have arrows, so they try and make it as easy as possible, but let's see. Oh my God, I'm like excited. What's gonna happen? Nothing. Nothing's going to happen. Okay, let's try it again. Turning it on. Putting it up next to it. Ooh, something happened there. Okay. So now I'm going to bring it in. You can also get pretty close to your scalp because it's air, it's not heat. And then one little trick that I did learn from all of the YouTube videos is you turn this part up, which makes it cold. Hold it for a couple of seconds. And then you actually turn it off. So on like a curling wand or a curling iron, you know how normally it would be on, and then you unravel it. Oh my God, I look like Shirley Temple. All right, okay, well, let's keep going with this and see what happens. I think that's pretty good though, like first time. Obviously, it's going to fall and stuff, but I guess maybe I should keep working the back. Okay, round 2. Turn it on. Let it go. Like a proud parent letting go of my hair. Watching it fly away. Holding it, couple seconds, nothing major. Go cool. And then turn it off. Ta-da! It's a little frizzy, but I think like as I keep going and as it falls, I think it will look okay. Again, this is totally amateur hour. I'm sure there's hairdressers that are like, what are you doing? Don't do that. Okay. Whew. It's so cool how it just like pulls it in. Again, I'm getting like super close to the scalp. It is hot, like it's kind of like if you were drying your hair, but it's not like the intense heat of a curling iron by any means. Gonna do it cold for a second and then let it go. Pull it out. Oh, geez Louise. Give me some grenadine because I am Shirley. Okay. I'm gonna stay doing this side. Like normally I would do the bottom first and then actually, you know what? I'm gonna flip it. I'm going to take this one off and I'm going to use the other one. This does get a little bit hot, like nothing crazy, like I can touch it, but this part up here does not get hot. So I'm just gonna unlock it and then you can pull it off with that. So yeah, it's up to you what way you want to curl your hair. Some people do like one way, one the other, and they kind of rotate it just to give it a bit more volume. I'm gonna try it doing the other way on this side, just away from your face. It comes with this great kit too, and it's all lined with felt, so you don't have to worry whatsoever about like anything catching on fire or whatever. So you just throw it in there after you're finished with it. You can throw it in hot and it keeps everything super organized. So if you're OCD like me, it's amazing. All right, let's see. See, this is weird. This side I find weird because I would normally go like this on this side now that I'm thinking about it. So I think this will take a little bit of getting used to. And that is also something that when I watched a couple of the YouTube videos, I did find that people weren't a huge fan of it at first, but I really think that it's kind of just using the product the way that it's intended to be used. So like definitely take the time, watch some videos. You're watching mine, so hopefully you're a pro by the end. Just like me. Okay, so let's see. So I put it right up to it, let it go, it does its thing. I'm gonna go this way. It's also like drying my hair super, super quick. So if you're anything like me and you love to hit snooze, this is honestly like the perfect tool for me because I'm going to dry my hair and style it all at the same time. And it's just gonna look like I have my life together. Holy, that's pretty serious, girl. That's a bit too curly for me, but again, it is going to fall out. My hair is starting to dry naturally, so I do actually need to speed up and get this show on the road. Whoops, see, there you go. I was trying to do it the other way. I may experiment doing it upside down too and just kind of see, because that may be more natural for me, and if that's the case, then maybe I am going to get better locks that way. Okay, so I made a split-second decision. I do generally part my hair in the front, but I do kind of want to get like a swoop, kind of like a side bang. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go in just with the soft smoothing brush. Probably what I would normally do to create this look is I would probably just use a hairdryer and then a brush and just kind of brush it forward. But I'm just gonna see if this does it. It definitely smoothed it. Like, it definitely gave me a bit of a swoop. I probably should have decided to do that a bit earlier, but that's okay. It's all an experiment, right? Okay. One of the biggest shocks that I had was that the air actually comes out of this side. I just assumed it came out of this side because it's pink, but it actually comes out of this side. I guess it kind of makes sense because then you're always like seeing this side, like for hairdressers and stuff like that. So like the pink iconic branding, but that was the surprise. Woo, do you see that? Ooh la la! I feel like one of those dogs that just like went to the groomer and can't see. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna continue on and let's see if we can get that beautiful iconic style that you see. You can honestly see my hair is like basically dry. This bad boy works fast. It's like for real magic, just how it like captures it. Wild. Wild, wild, wild. This is like actually crazy. Like, I know I'm not doing like a stupendous job by any means, but it's actually crazy that I've just been doing this for like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. And my hair is dry and curled. Not spectacularly, but still. I would be like in the bathroom, I don't know, for like 40 minutes, 45 minutes to try and get like a curl in my hair. So this is pretty foolproof, I feel. This is pretty easy to do. It's just like getting the hang. Okay, I'm obviously going to go back on this side and just kind of like correct it and make it a bit more zhuzhed, but I got to focus on the other side because my hair is drying. Like, I would never get this close with a curling iron. Or if I did, it would be like a little gutsy. I'd be like, whoo. Cool air, turn off, Lego. Woo! Okay, that's the only thing. I do find that because it's air, it does kind of suck in some of the other curls. Maybe that was meant to be, but I don't know if you saw that there, but it did capture the other one. That was not intended. Cray cray. Okay, some of the ones in the back now. I find the back of your head so hard to do. Oh my god. Sometimes it's just like a leap of faith. And then Scott will be like, no, you've got to go back and do that. So yeah, these are really creating, I don't even know if these are what they're called, but they're kind of reminding me almost of like column curls. Like they're super, super intact. So yeah, it will be interesting just kind of as I keep going through and kind of creating a look. I think that's also what the comb is super good for. So I think this comb will also be super beneficial because since it has such wide teeth, I think I'll be able to kind of go through once I actually have my curls intact, and it will just kind of loosen them up a little bit and give them a bit more of like a carefree vibe. But it won't actually really like affect the integrity of the curl too much. Like, look at that. Bananas. I have a feeling this one is going to be a good one. It's just like all super like wrapped up. It works well. Okay, like super curly, but I feel like as it falls, like look, it will look like way more natural. So I did have to add a little bit of water to my hair just because I found that the curls weren't curling as much. I don't think I would have to do this on the regular. It's just where it's my first time and I have no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, let's get right back to it. Let's work some magic. The money shot. Whoo! Think about that once that drops. Oh my god. This piece here, this is kind of random, but I have no idea what I'm doing, so. But look at that, because it's using the air, it like picked up all the little baby hairs. So I think we're in business. A little bit of cool. Turned it off. Oh my god. I have like a pompadour. I don't even know what a pompadour is, but I feel like that's what it is. Gonna have curls like Gaston. Gonna look amazing. So great. So great. I kind of went rogue and kind of did the top part, so now I have to go back and do the bottom part, but I'll just see if I can put that back. Ooh, that curl may have become part of this one, but whatever. I still think once it all settles, like once it's all done, it's just gonna be chef kiss worthy. What I love is that if you miss some of the hairs, as you start to wind it up, all the hairs get sucked in, because that was something that I always got really frustrated by. I'd miss one little hair and then you have one little like rogue straight piece or whatever, but I feel like this is kind of foolproof. Oh my God. It is definitely a two-hand job. I think once you get more confident with it, you could probably do the cool blast with one hand, but just since it's my new baby, I'm terrified of dropping it, so it's definitely a two-hander at the moment. Okay, what piece am I gonna tackle? I'm gonna do this one. I feel like I did this one, and I actually do feel like this one kind of dropped out a little bit, but admittedly, I may have been kind of playing with it a little bit, so. Holy. So yeah, the idea behind doing a little bit of cool is that it's supposed to set the curl, which is supposed to make it last longer. One of the big complaints that people did talk about was that they found that it didn't last as long, so the curls would be spectacular at first, but then as they went on with their day, the curls would fall out. But it is important to remember it is air, so it's not heat, so it is better for your hair, but you know, you may not get that long-lasting longevity. But I feel like if you do your hair and then you've got the right styling products, it should work. But again, I'm a newbie, so what do I know? All right, so I feel like I've got some really solid curls, ton of volume on this side for sure. Is it exactly how I would want it? No, probably not. But I think that once I get the hang of it and once I kind of work on it more, then I definitely will be able to get those bouncy curls that I want, that are perfectly styled. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're super bouncy. It's just maybe I should put my hair up and kind of do layer by layer and do it that way and flip it back and forth versus doing one side in full and then going back in the other. Because I do feel like I've kind of neglected this side a little bit, but my God. Like, that's insane. Like, I would never leave it like that, but like, honestly, like, check that. Super springy, super bouncy. Whoops. Old habits die hard. I wanted to do it the other way. It's like if I was doing it upside down. Whoops. Now I turn it off. Like, seriously? That almost looks like a pencil curl, but like a big pencil curl, you know what I mean? I remember I went to prom and I had my hairdresser do like a ton of pencil curls. Literally, like, you take a pencil and you wrap the hair around it and then you use like a straightener or something and it just makes these like super iconic, like super, super tight curls. Almost like Taylor Swift back in the day when she was country. See, hold some of them in. Give it a little cold and turn it off. Whoa. I don't know, like, with the exception of the bangs, which I kind of went back and forth with a couple of different like ideas with the swoop and kind of even where I wanted to part my hair, but like, I feel like it's pretty good. Like, it's pretty bouncy and like totally like the integrity of the curls is like holding up for sure. Like, I've never had like big bouncy hair like this. And with a little more practice, I'm gonna be like those judges in like the 1700s with their like gray wigs. It's gonna be amazing. But yeah, I even feel like with this, even though I didn't know what I was doing and I kind of didn't know what direction I was gonna go in, I feel like you can just put like a little bit of like hairspray or a little bit of like styling cream or whatever, and you can just kind of like mold it and make it look fresh and fine. But I feel like this is great, like the swoop. I could even potentially do almost like a no part look, you know? I'm sure there are hairstylists that are watching that are like, oh my God, no, don't do that. Just do this. And if you are one of them, please give me some tips. Okay, so this is the finished product. Honestly, I really like it. I did end up just like smoothing out the top a bit, and I went through and I just kind of defined a couple of curls, and I kind of almost feel like one of those Palomino horses, you know, with like the super exaggerated side bang. I'm definitely gonna keep practicing with it because I think the more I use it, the more comfortable I'm going to be with it. But all in all, like for a first timer, I think I did a really good job, and I think it was super simple to use. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want me to test out any of the other attachment heads, or want to see if I can do any styles, if you want to challenge me, just hit me up in the comments and let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe. The next video, hopefully I should have some beautiful bouncy girls. Until then, TTYL. Thanks so much.